Reactorama with Fordo Ford.
Alright, y'all. I'm late to all the New Year's stuff, but damn it, better late than never. Happy freaking New Year, bro. Welcome to 2026, guys. This is a late start for you, boy, but had a well-needed break, man. Well-needed break, but we are back on the grind here at Reactorama. Today, a long-awaited documentary. Okay, we're finally here to watch the Dream Team documentary, guys. All right, shout out to NBA TV for posting the video. Right, whew. Y'all comment y'all favorite parts of this doc, man. I'm super excited for the documentary. A Swing 7890. Thank you for posting the NBA TV Dream Team documentary. I'm super excited for this moment. I'm glad to finally be back here filming and recording with you guys, continuing to grow a community here, bro. I'm excited. I know you guys are too. So, you know the routine. Like it up, like it up, like it up. Subscribe because I'm trying to do a giveaway for y'all once we hit 2K subscribers. So tell a friend to tell a friend. We are here, okay? And most importantly, I'm gonna quit yapping. Let's get to reacting, shall we?
Why do people talk about dreams so much in sports? Dream seasons, dream matchups, dream opportunities.
I remember this.
They do it because so much of sports is about imagining what you want things to be like. If only the setting were just right.
It was one of those times none of us will ever forget.
The characters just right.
I don't know anything about Angola, but Angola's in trouble.
The timing just right.
11 Hall of Famers. I don't think you can ever do that again, at no point in time.
If only it could all be the way you might have dreamed it up yourself.
Oh, you filming? Yep.
That was the most exhilarating 15 seconds of my life.
People perceived us as being superheroes.
Michael Jordan!
No, as
Michael Jordan!
Cool.
We became a team, and that team just stomped on everybody.
This never happened in sports. Nowhere.
Well, I figured eventually there'd be a movie made about the Dream Team.
This group may well be the greatest team ever assembled in the history of team sports.
The Dream Team, baby. Let's get it.
God bless you, and God bless America.
Yo, to start this documentary with this sicko right here, man, is crazy work. But hey, we're here for basketball, not politics. Okay?
20 years can go by pretty fast, and the world isn't gonna stop and wait for you to remember what it used to look like. 1992 was a time of change. New faces in America quickly transforming into cultural icons. None more so than the superstars of the NBA.
The Bulls have repeated. Let the party begin.
After the legends of the 80s had lifted the league's profile to new heights, a fresh crop of players had blown the lid off.
Hey, come on, Lee.
Here's you.
Give me that.
Robinson.
Hey.
Their talents and their charisma made them more than just basketball players.
Spectacular move.
I am not a role model.
They were a new kind of star athlete whose popularity transcended the game.
Is it the shoes?
No, Mom.
And now the very best of them awaited their brightest showcase, the world's largest athletic stage, the Olympic Games in Barcelona, Spain, even if no one truly realized the impact they would make there.
It's a watershed moment in the history of sports, not just the Olympics, not just basketball. It moved the culture along.
But in 1992, not everyone was ready for them. Not everyone thought pro basketball stars had a place in the Olympics.
This kind of thing had never, ever, ever been done. So there was a lot of, poking the bear, if you will, by people in my profession. Sports journalists and journalists in general were skeptical, angry, because this wasn't the Olympic movement.
The Olympic ideal had always been about amateur competition, which meant the United States had always sent basketball teams made up of college kids, teams that dominated for decades. In 1972, the Soviet Union was awarded a victory over the U.S. in a controversial gold medal game.
The United States apparently had won the game, but the debate still goes on.
To this day, that American team still hasn't claimed their silver medals. But that result seemed like a fluke when the Americans got the gold in their next two Olympic appearances.
See, I remember that because of this moment. Nobody from that team, to this day, still don't have their silver medal, bro. That shit crazy. Like, that's a whole nother story for another day. Maybe we can touch that story one day. But what a situation that was for real, bro.
That result seemed like a fluke when the Americans got the gold in their next two Olympic appearances.
U.S. has its 9th gold medal.
While the U.S. celebrated, though, the rest of the world was catching up. So in 1988, when the Soviets won again, there was no talk of any fluke.
The United States goes home with a semifinal loss to the bigger, more experienced USSR team.
I was embarrassed. I know.
Well, the defense was embarrassing. Like, how y'all gonna leave the basket wide open?
Celebrated, though. The
Look
rest
at his
of the
defense.
world was catching up.
Look at that.
So in 1988, when the Soviets won again, there was no talk of any fluke.
The United States
That's
goes
on
home
y'all.
with a semifinal loss to the bigger, more experienced USSR team.
I was embarrassed. I know some of the guys left their medals there in the room. They didn't want to take them home. And here we are, USA on our chest, and we didn't get the job done.
But the amateur ideal had gotten muddled. While NBA players were prohibited from Olympic competition, professionals from other leagues abroad could play.
If you played in Europe for money, you were an amateur, but if you played in the NBA for money, you were a professional. And so our players weren't eligible.
Those
Which
other
makes
countries
no
were using
sense.
pros. Playing against 18, 19-year-old kids. That is really unfair.
Changing the hypocrisy, though, was a central goal of a European named Boris Stankovic, the head of FIBA, the World Basketball Federation.
He was very much intent on lifting basketball up to the highest possible level of international sports. And if the whole world knew that the very best players in the world were not participating in the Olympics, that made it a second-class event.
So in 1989, Stankovic issued a resolution to allow pros from all leagues to compete in the Olympics.
Yeah.
But back in America, the NBA was lukewarm to the idea.
We wanted to be good partners with FIBA to grow the sport of basketball, but we weren't particularly anxious. We didn't know what it would mean. We didn't know if our players would want to do it.
Rest
We
in
didn't know
peace,
what the
David
logistics
Stern,
were.
bro.
But the vote passed, and NBA players were eligible for the Olympics.
Now the issue wasn't about whether American pros could play, but whether the best players wanted to play.
The one guy that, that we were a little concerned about was probably Michael.
The thought back then was Michael Jordan plays 36 holes of golf 90 days during the summer. What the hell is he going to be doing playing basketball?
I was hoping they would not ask me to participate. And I was trying to figure out a way graciously that I could decline. I'd done the Olympic thing before, and when Rod Thorne called me and asked me, I wasn't gung-ho about it.
My appeal to him was, you're the top player in the world. This is bigger than the NBA Finals. And, you know, we need you. His thing, well, who else is playing? I mean, are all the good players going to play? You know, I'm not going to play by myself.
So Michael Jordan waited to hear more. And Rod Thorne made his next call.
It was a no-brainer for me.
Magic, I knew it.
I was in from day one. And I figured if I jumped in first and said I wanted to play, that would get guys to want to participate as well.
I think if Magic wasn't on that team, I don't think it would have been as spectacular as it was. And to finish out our careers, that was important for both of us.
Once you get guys like Magic and Larry committing to the team, then all of a sudden it becomes something very, very special.
Yeah, David.
Representing the USA is already a tremendous honor, but to know that you're going to be on a dream team is a once-in-a-lifetime experience.
Magic, Bird, and David Robinson weren't alone in their pride.
They called them the big guns. We're the Navy SEALs that we had to go over there and kick butts and take names.
With those stars and the Utah Jazz tandem of John Stockton and Karl Malone, the dream team was starting to take shape.
Yeah.
It don't matter if you call me last. I got the call.
That's real.
I didn't feel like that I deserved to be called, but I truly
Where the game? Why? What? You're one of the greatest wing defenders in the league. What do you mean? Shit, of all time now. What do you mean? What? Man, you crazy as hell with that take, Scotty.
Tell them that.
Chris Mullin.
Yeah, man. I didn't even think to say who else was on the team. I'm like, yeah, I'm good. Yes.
Sign me up.
Charles Barkley's ability was never in question, but his attitude was.
God want us to win the world championship.
I don't know if I go that far, Charles.
No, I talked to him the other night.
I learned early in Philadelphia. It doesn't matter what I say. So from this day forward, I'm gonna say what the hell I wanna say. And some people are gonna like it, and some people are gonna dislike it.
But after a series of incidents on and off the court, the least of the committee's concerns were about what Barkley would say.
I was asked to talk to him. He was so honored that we would even think about asking him. He convinced me that you won't have any problems with me.
Now, with the team nearly complete, Rod Thorne had enough talent secured to go back to where he started.
Representing my country was a big thing, but I think, the biggest motivation for me was now I get to spend time with some of the guys I compete against all the time.
Portland's Clyde Drexler rounded out the list of NBA players, while the final spot on the roster was reserved for an amateur, Duke's Christian Laettner, coming off back-to-back NCAA titles.
The game winner? Yeah.
There's the pass to Laettner. Puts it up.
Cash.
In any other Olympic year, Laettner might have been the team's biggest star. But on this team, he was fine with being the last guy on the bench.
I tell people this all the time, and it may shock them, but my most enjoyable year was my freshman year because they don't expect nothing from you except carry the luggage, do the laundry, and get our donuts. And that's easy. The harder thing is to be the leader.
By May of 1991, 2 months before the Olympics, the team was set.
Squad, man. Rest in peace, Chuck Daly. That's the head coach, for y'all that don't know, in the middle, who coached the Bad Boy Pistons. But we got Patrick Ewing, Christian Laettner, Magic Johnson, David Robinson, Karl Malone, Charles Barkley, Chuck Daly, Michael Jordan, Larry Bird, Scottie Pippen, John Stockton, Clyde Drexler, and Chris Mullin. What a squad. What a squad.
One college kid and 11 future Hall of Famers.
What the hell?
The man charged with putting it all together was the unflappable Chuck Daly.
Yeah.
Okay, all set?
I'm set.
Chuck looked the part. He was the guy that looked like he owned the arena, but he would also push the broom.
His hair was beautiful. His suits were immaculate. He wanted to win, but he wanted to look good.
As the head coach of the Detroit Pistons, Daly did both, winning back-to-back championships in 1989 and 90.
The Pistons are winners and still champions of the world.
The Pistons were nicknamed the Bad Boys for their aggressive and some said dirty style of play, never more evident than in their memorable playoff battles with Michael Jordan's Bulls.
Hey man, I still have the Bad Boys on my list of reactions for you guys. I might not do a full Isaiah Thomas reaction. I may not, but definitely doing Bad Boys. You know, I must. I have to. I have to, bro. If I do film a separate reaction to Isaiah Thomas, then I will do Dennis Rodman. I will do Bill Laimbeer. I will do Joe Dumars if there is one. But yeah, bro, like I definitely have to react to the Bad Boy Pistons to see how great they were. Excuse me, and how that relates to how the Pistons are playing today. Like if that bad boy mentality, still thrives today in today's NBA. Like if that's their culture, you know what I mean?
Michael on the move against Vinnie Johnson to the hoop. He is necktied.
Hey.
Michael Jordan goes down hard.
Detroit
Get
and
his
Chicago
eye.
had no love for each other.
So when Daly was named the Dream Team coach, many wondered how he'd handle working with the Bulls' biggest star.
I was being asked to wrestle with some demons and some issues.
But the coach was well acquainted with the task of managing personalities.
He coached the Bad Boys. And if you can coach those, you can coach anybody.
One player Daly wouldn't be coaching in the Olympics, however, was his own star in Detroit.
Thomas. Speak
Point
of the
guard
devil.
Isaiah Thomas, who controversially had been left off the team's roster.
No matter how much people try to say now, you know, it was no big a deal. It was a big deal.
I talked to Isaiah at the beginning of the year about the aspect he wasn't on the team, and he was not comfortable with it. I'm sure he is very hurt. He's a very deserving player, but you know, he was not selected.
Thomas was well on his way to a Hall of Fame career, but was also seen by many as the biggest cultivator of the Bad Boys image in Detroit.
And now Isaiah Thomas and Cartwright swinging.
Isaiah was the general. He was the guy that would yap at his teammates and say, knock them on the ass, do whatever you got to do.
A beautiful backdoor pass from Pippen, and he is walloped. He knew he was going to get hit.
I despised the way that he played the game.
Did you want him on the dream team?
No, I did not want him on the team.
Did Michael? Did he want him on the team?
Well, I can't speak for Michael, but I don't think he wanted him on the team.
Now, there has been speculation that your icy relationship with Isaiah Thomas is the reason that he was not selected. Well, what is your reaction to that?
That was one of the stipulations put to me prior to me even committing, that Isaiah wasn't a part of the team. I was getting strong innuendos that it wasn't just, you know, it was coming from higher places that didn't want Isaiah Thomas on the team.
Certainly things are being pointed at me because of our relationship and of course about the way that the end of the game between Detroit and Chicago ended.
We were picking the group just after the Pistons had been eliminated by the Bulls, and it was very bad timing for Isaiah. Everybody had fresh in their mind the
I
picture
still think
of
that this
Isaiah
is
walking
just,
off the court.
Bro, I still think this is the weakest shit ever, bro. Like, you don't have the decency, bro, to at least still say good game and dap up the opponent after the game, bro. And you taking it this personal to walk by their bench and not even acknowledge not one person? Like, what are we doing, bro? Like, I'm confused on that type of attitude, bro. I'll never and will never be a fan of unsportsmanlike people, bro. Like, it's not hard to show sportsmanship, win or lose. It's not hard. But this is still the worst case of unsportsmanlike situations that I've seen.
Pistons wasting no time in getting
Like,
out
look
of
at
here.
this. Look at this.
Although there's 7 and 9 tenths seconds remaining, the Pistons just left.
When the Pistons walked off the court before the final bell, I think it left a bad taste in a lot of people's mouths.
All right, no Isaiah Thomas stuff.
No Isaiah Thomas questions.
Cool.
Jordan and the team were done answering questions about Isaiah. But with training camp approaching,
Larry Legend,
a bigger question would need to be answered.
Hello, how you doing?
How would the 12 stars that were selected play together?
Welcome.
Training camp began on June 22nd, 1992, in La Jolla, California. And when the gym doors opened, no one was quite sure what to expect, especially the players themselves.
It's a lot of egos in one gym and on one team. Everybody wanted their form to shine and showcase why they were a part of this team.
Absolutely.
With all these stars on the team, if it comes down to the last shot, who's going to take the shot?
Me. Everybody in the world has an ego. The only difference between us, we have a reason to have an ego.
Patrick Ewing, what are you talking about? What are you talking about?
Last shot. Who's going to take the shot?
Me.
What are you talking about, Pat? You infamously missed a game-winning layup. Probably series-winning layup. And you over here talking about, I'm going to take the last shot over Mike? Over Larry? Again. Because what, bro? You crazy as hell.
Everybody in the world has an ego. The only difference between us, we have a reason to have an ego.
Say that, Dan.
Every one of us felt like we was the
Say that, Dan.
everybody.
And when practice started that first day, every player seemed to be trying to prove just how great they were.
Oh.
It was a very competitive practice. And I'm thinking, aren't we all on the same team?
Patrick go, I don't want to play with David, I want to play against him. Then you hear Michael say, I don't want to be on Magic's team, I want to play against him.
Every evaluation of Michael Jordan at that time was, he's good, but he's never Magic Johnson. In my competitive nature, I want to use every little bit that I could gather so that I can gain an advantage.
Absolutely.
Karl Malone, he's the only guy I would even compare to myself at the power forward position. So I want to prove that I was the best power forward in the world.
Charles. Yeah, he's a great talent. Do I think he's better than me? Hell no. So let's do this.
Good pass.
By the time this over with, you're going to be thinking I'm damn good too.
The first practice,
Give me
Barkley
that.
drives baseline and Karl Malone jumps up like this. Barkley just dunked on him so hard. It was just an unbelievable play. I felt like, man, I cannot believe that I'm part of this practice.
A few days later, the team had a chance to acclimate themselves to playing on the same side. Chuck Daly had scheduled a scrimmage against a select group of college players, a group thrilled to be facing off against their idols.
I found out today I might be picking up Magic a little bit full court, so, things are just happening for me. It really makes me happy.
Bobby Hurley, man. This part of the Dream Team doc is what I'm mostly excited for, bro. Just hearing all their stories, this is going to be good. I'm excited.
My whole thought process was don't embarrass yourself. And that was like the theme for me, like just
Bobby.
hang in there.
A lot of those people I've looked up to, Barkley, Malone, a lot of those people talk confidence, and I think it's going to be a good matchup, you know. There's no advantage on either
Young
side.
C-Webb.
For the college players, it was...
Let's see if I know everybody here. I don't know the coaching staff. I'm going to just go ahead and kill that noise. This is, man, I'm blanking on his name. Ronnie Rogers. Rest in peace, my guy. Rest in peace. Penny Hardaway. C-Webb. Is this Ostertag? Am I even saying that name right? But 00 from Utah? Is this Buddy? Let me know in the comments, please. Notice is Jamal Mashburn, Bobby Hurley, Allen Houston. I don't know none of these coaches. His face looks awfully familiar. Is this PJ Carlesimo? Or is this no, not PJ Carlesimo. Damn, what's this guy's name? The head coach from UNC? I think Rob Williams, something like that. Is this him? Grant Hill? I said Grant Hill? Cool. I don't know this guy or these two guys. But yeah. Let me know if this is Ostertag from Utah. Excuse me. And if this is North Carolina's basketball head coach. But I think I got everybody right.
Chance to see how they'd match up against the world's best.
This shit crazy.
For Coach Daly, it was an opportunity to get his stars to grow into a single unit.
I think we're somewhere between the mentality of an all-star game and trying to come together as a team. So we've got to continually work on this.
Daly had been hired for his ability to manage personalities and egos. And when the scrimmage began, it became apparent that his players had left one of their biggest weapons, those egos, somewhere else.
The non-fan would think,
oh,
well, they're going to go in there and they're each going to want their own ball, and Jordan's going to be hogging the ball, and Magic's going to be dribbling all over the place. Point of fact, it was the exact opposite. They overpassed.
It was like, I don't want to start it off. You
Vinny, rest in peace.
And before you realize it, the select team was beating us by 10.
We didn't know how to play with each other. We didn't want to step on anybody's toes or hurt any egos. So these young kids, they were killing us.
We were not into it, and we paid for it.
Chris Webber was a man. I thought, boy, that's the guys coming this league. I could get out of here.
Bobby Hurley was dominant. I did have some success penetrating and collapsing the defense, and our energy, our excitement to play.
Bro, Larry is funny as hell. That's what I said. C. Webb, that's a man, bro. I gotta get out of here if people are coming into the league looking like him. Oh, hell no. That's funny.
All those things played in our favor.
Give me that.
Bobby Hurley didn't play 2 seasons in the NBA. Nevertheless, it did expose the one weakness they could have had, which is defending against quick guards.
They were playing great. Then I noticed that Michael Jordan's not playing.
I'm saying something. Chuck, then he said, we're all right. Yeah, we're all right.
Coach
Daly watched as his players failed to make up the deficit. And in their first taste of outside competition, the Dream Team lost. Mm-hmm. A story their coach didn't want the press to get their hands on.
I remember Chuck saying, as soon as the game ended and we were getting ready to let media in, it was erase the scoreboard.
Media comes in, scores, if not hundreds. They can sense something. You can feel the tension, or you can feel something in the air.
Well, some of these college players we've just got through playing against probably should be on this team, but they'll get their chance.
The teams posed for a picture together, both not sure what to make of what had just happened. But the man in charge may have had the answer.
He threw the game. Chuck threw the game. If you look how much Jordan played and how he subbed guys in, not picking up, not making any adjustments, he knew what he was doing.
It was legit. It felt tremendous. What we were doing that day, they couldn't stop it.
There are kids who believe in Santa Claus too, and the Easter Bunny, and now that they've grown up, I hate to burst their bubble, but it was a game thrown. Not many people would have done it, and he did it.
It was gratifying to Chuck for us to get our butts beat like that because now we had to listen to him.
From then on, he had a way of just saying, you could lose.
After fixing his collars and his hair, his speech was, anybody can get beat, so you gotta be ready to play. And I think that's the only speech he ever gave us.
The message got across. I mean, Chuck couldn't have been happier, I'm sure.
It was brilliant on Chuck's part to be able to orchestrate that and play along like he didn't.
Why didn't he tell you guys?
We probably would have screwed it up.
The next day, training camp ended with a rematch against the college kids. And once play started, everything made sense again.
The tables were turned drastically. We showed
Yo, this
them why.
pass is crazy, bro.
Why
That pass is crazy, bro. Like, I'm sure he saw him going behind him and just was like, he's still there. Like, what? He's still there?
We showed them why. Why we are who we are.
That's crazy.
We pretty much beat them by 100.
They couldn't score. And by the way, Jordan played a lot more that next scrimmage.
Hey.